Minecraft Vanilla has more of a traditional theme to it. It feels like the Stone Age, but it also feels quite modernistic in its own right. With mods, you can blast off into space or go back to the days of ancient past. A perfect theme to blend into Minecraft is the medieval period or the Middle Ages. There's tons of awesome mods that complement your castles or help you build some awesome old style structures, and that's exactly what I'll be focusing here on this video today. Trebuchet. For a fully featured Trebuchet multi-block, this mod is the best solution. You can create the base block in your world and be granted a blueprint that shows the size and position of the structure. You then place it in the right spot and right click it to fill it with the displayed resources that are required to complete its construction. When it's placed, you can fire it by clicking on it using TNT for the ammo. It will also fire any entity standing in the middle of it, and then you just right click to reload it. If you want some fun with friends and to test some serious weaponry versus their new base, this is the right play to make. Roguelike Dungeons. For dungeon crawlers out there, you may like this mod for the large underground dungeon structures that it generates, all having a procedurally generated layout and loot set inside. With multi-tiered dungeon towers scattered around the world with underground passages, these dungeons have custom mob spawners inside, chests full of loot, and various themed and styled rooms. If you want some fresh structures to explore, mobs to tackle, and other methods of obtaining loot, it's worth playing this mod. Millenaire. How could I not feature the classic Millenaire mod on this list? For the uninitiated, the Millenaire mod was made before Minecraft actually added NPC villagers to the vanilla game, but it still holds up to this day as it still offers better villagers than vanilla does. It makes the game have less of an empty feel to it by bringing all new NPC villagers to the world based off an 11th century style period across cultures during that time, such as Norman, Indian, Japanese, Mayan, Byzantine, Inuit, and Seljuk Turk styles, with more cultures being added and planned. These villagers have men, women, and children, and a lot of mobs do different collecting, building, and selling tasks, making them have a real purpose in game. Each village has a different purpose and comes with other benefits. They grow different types of crops and have different items on offer for sale. The village will grow naturally as children become adults and a village population increases. To help a village, you can trade with them, and they might even build a house for you. This is a legendary mod and definitely worth featuring here. Millenaire is a historical village mod that fills up your empty worlds with brand new NPC villages with styles which are based across many different time periods within the loose 11th century. This includes Norman, Indian, Japanese, Mayan, Byzantine, Inuit, and Seljuk Turk themes, as well as other cultures, with many being of medieval culture and origin, each populated with men, women, and children of different races and types that can trade with the player, upgrade or expand existing buildings, or construct new ones, cultivate crops, and farm on the land, as well as being able to craft tools and amulets, and even offer quests to the player, with each villager count increasing when the couples have children, which will then grow up into adult NPCs. You can trade with each of these separate villagers, which will in turn help them grow, and you can get unique items from these trades, like specialized food and decorations from the different cultures. Dawn of Time. This mod is for you lovers of architecture, and it's built by two builders. This mod will improve your building and make everything look better by putting over 200 brand new blocks on offer for you to use. Basically, this mod has the goal of offering a high level of detail to players wanting to improve their builds in game, giving you new tools and features like new walls, chimneys, balconies, beams, floors, stairs, shutters, lamps, and a huge variety of furniture like chairs, teapots, tables, and carpet to decorate your interior. This mod not only benefits medieval builders, it adds a different set of themes that are based on different world cultures, like Japan, Mayan, Egyptian, French, and Roman styles. With a large amount of connected blocks, or new sets of armor with some great Japanese ones like samurai armor, new plants, this mod really has some amazing potential. AstikorCarts. If you love the idea of horse carts being available to you, try this one. You can detach and attach these carts with the R key while riding on a mob like a horse when there is a cart nearby. You can also change to slow mode by pressing the sprint key a single time when riding to slow down your speed. The interesting thing is that the mod settings let you add non-vanilla entities like mobs from other mods to the list to be supported by mods so that you can attach carts to them too. There is the cart, which has a double chest inventory and space for a second player to sit on the back, the plow cart, which tills up to 3 blocks when a hoe is in its inventory and changes dirt into path, and also the transportation cart, which appears as a boat on wheels, letting you transport friends. Cathedral. If you love the architecture of old buildings, more specifically cathedrals, churches, monasteries, or other classical stone structures, the Cathedral mod might be useful for you as it adds many chiselable bits and blocks with a cathedral theme. This mod does require the chisel mod though in order to run properly, and it has different types of stone railing, gargoyles of different kinds, variants of basalt, dwarven style blocks including metal types and doors, different stained glass blocks, as well as chains of each metal that you can climb. Not to mention the 16 plus colours of natural terracotta roofing and much more. Conquest Reforged. Conquest Reforged is a very well known mod which is primarily used for builders who are looking to create breathtaking medieval structures in Minecraft. This mod requires the use of Optifine as well as its partnering resource pack, the Conquest Reforged resource pack, that pairs with the mod for the best results. This modern pack includes literally hundreds of different custom textures which utilise Optifine's connected textures feature, letting you use them in your world to build with. This mod brings different themes of art and building styles to make use of in your maps, and it's not just a great one for medieval architecture, it's good to use in Roman colony building or even for building a fantasy material like rebuilding Lord of the Rings structures for an example. With thousands of different model variants for each texture, a new overhaul for Minecraft's inventory UI interface that looks beautiful, this mod is amazing. This aesthetic driven Minecraft mod is the spiritual successor to Conquest, which is a very popular resource pack which is developed for creative builder players. The Conquest Reforged mod is special in its own right because it offers hundreds of separate handmade 32x semi-realistically textured blocks and pieces with full Optifine capabilities, and the support with assets that base themselves across a wide range of historical and fantasy ages through time, with over 12,000 current blocks and more regularly added via updates that utilize custom 3D models in order to make for immersive in-game environments and improve upon building fidelity. The enhanced foliage has layer placement functionality, and atmospheric blocks in the mod include invisible lighting, particle effects, and animated wildlife. You can expect to see utility features with a block selector GUI, layer picker, and enhanced tab picker system. This mod has a large community that's super invested in it due to how it helps with creative building and constructions, and it's a must-have for any medieval and fantasy builders specifically. Rustic. Rustic is a medieval style themed mod that focuses on new decorational and agricultural content focused around that style. This mod contains a bunch of different kind of features, which are bees, a new alchemy system, brand new crops, a brewing system for creating beverages that give you unique effects, some brand new tree types, all new decorative blocks, and some more features. The mod is good in the sense that it actually has a good book in game that shows all of the mod's features and how to use them, which is really important these days instead of having to go on the internet and look up all the information of a mod on a wiki page. Ancient Warfare 2. This mod brings a multitude of enhancements to the game like new entities and mobs, brand new block types, vehicles, and a new structure generation system for the world generator in game. You can research the recipes in game in the engineering table, which is the core part of the mod. And then you can also use various machinery to automate all of the in-game tasks like mining, farming crops and trees, picking fruit, as well as fishing and animal farming. There's also a really interesting block in this mod called the Warehouse, which is a multi-block system that lets you store, craft, automate the input and output of the block, and view its contents in the world all at once. There's some useful blocks in this mod which utilizes its torque energy system, which features generators and different types of transport and storage module blocks, and they include windmills, water wheels, and cog-based machinery pieces. The structure module in the mod brings a template-based structure generation system during the world gen process in game, which can be controlled via a set of tools to create templates in your world. Along with this, there's also NPCs which do different things like melee and ranged combat, medics, and more that are useful to your game. The vehicle system brings some siege type weaponry in Minecraft and lets you make use of catapults, ballistas, trebuchets, rams, and any other type of raiding vehicles, as well as some warfare utilities too. Dark Roleplay Medieval. Aiming to create an RPG experience in Minecraft like no other, this mod is not technically completed yet, but it adds a whole bunch of content into Minecraft, including the following: 50 plus decorative blocks, 13 plus building blocks, 11 crafting stations, 20 new foods, new equipment like handheld telescopes and more, and useful crafting ingredients and other items with the promise of more to come. This mod is in its infancy right now, but it's definitely got some real potential, and some of its contents already look really great, and it's definitely one of the best medieval style building mods with a lot of promise for the future. Previously referred to as Doc Roleplay Medieval, this thematic medieval RPG mod is a mod aiming to introduce an RPG experience by adding a whole bunch of brand new content with 50 plus different decorative blocks, 13 plus building blocks, 11 different crafting stations, over 20 new food items and all new equipment. There are really nice new building pieces like shingle roofs to make houses look vibrant and professional, handmade telescopes, and more that make the game just feel more medieval. Although my favourite feature in this mod is the roofing blocks, which are perfect for building churches, cathedrals and medieval style towers. There's both interior decoration pieces and really awesome exterior ones to build out outside areas such as castle courtyards and more medieval themed structures. Project MMO. Project MMO is a hugely expansive RPG mod that aims to introduce new leveling systems and features to make the game feel more like an MMORPG. Think MCMMO, the server plugin, but even better on a grander scale. This mod adds all new stats and levelable abilities that you level as you play, unlocking new skills and abilities throughout the game. As you level up, you will acquire new bonus drops, mine faster, and even access a built-in vein miner system that's upgradable. Fishing levels lets you get better catches and perks. Farming will let you get access to better crops and some really cool new interfaces. Most features in the vanilla game, such as wearing armor, the placement of certain blocks, and unlocking features like elytra, are now behind a leveling wall that gives you a sense of accomplishment and a skill curve to work towards, making the game a little slower in terms of the progression, but slightly more interesting and thrilling. Epic Fight. This mod is simply awesome. For a more in-depth mod showcase, refer to the description below for my full-length video on this mod and the showcase of its features. The Epic Fight mod basically fully transforms the combat system into more of an RPG style by altering both the players and the mobs' animations, letting you experience all new different battle styles. You can switch between building and battle states using the R key, which lets you use the new combat mode or not if you so choose. There are standard attacks, dash attacks, dodging with a sneak key, special strikes when holding down attack, new abilities and attributes assigned to many of the in-game weapons that complement the new system, with custom special attacks with their own native animations and so much more. This is on a medieval chivalry mod list, but this mod could work with literally anything. If you have some kind of anime fighting mod like the Demon Slayer mod, or something of a completely different genre, the Epic Fight mod just generally enhances the game and you can use it for nearly anything. For an example, if you wanted to recreate the game Dark Souls in Minecraft, which some people have already done, this is a perfect addition to that kind of mod list. Guard villagers. Long has it been known that villagers are extremely useless when met with any kind of threat. They leave it up to their iron golems to defend them basically. Well, not anymore. Villagers are no longer scared weaklings, they can now actually become guards. Guards now spawn in villages in groups of around 6 with iron swords or crossbows just like villagers do. They can fight any village threat, including the player. Shift and right click normal villagers with a sword or crossbow to turn them into brave new protectors of the village. With the hero of the village buff, the guards can follow and fight for you when you click the follow button, and right clicking them lets you access their inventory to give them armor or better weapons, which is cool especially if you have weapon mods to complement it. You can also let them block attacks by granting them shields, just to generally buff them and make them more overpowered. You can make them patrol by clicking the patrol button too. Witchers also now attack villagers, and illagers will slay any animals that they see during the raids, with illagers and villagers running from polar bears, which is a strange addition but quite comical. Clerics will now heal low health guards and players with the hero of the village buff by using their regen potions, and smiths will use iron ingots to repair the villagers' golems, making them a little bit more longer lasting. Overlord. More of a medieval fantasy or RPG style add-on or addition to the list, this mod is very reminiscent, both due to its name and also its concept, of the Overlord games. This mod lets you basically raise armies of skeletons to defend your base or to go to battle against other players. There's an unlimited leveling system that lets your army get get both faster and stronger as they advance, letting you also broker alliances with other players, with multiple AI modes for your skeleton's attacks and movements, letting you foster new formations and strategies. There's advancements in the mod, adding some achievements and a few fun Easter eggs which you have to discover. Earthworks. This mod adds earthen, ancient and prehistoric building materials to the game. Based upon the stone, bronze and iron ages, this adds many of the first materials mankind used for building. Features like wattle and daub, wicker, rammed earth and adobe bricks can be used. There's different crude materials which can be fashioned out of many items in the game, offering all new options to construct a shelter in different historical styles. Materials like concrete, cinder blocks or cordwood are harder to work for and obtain, although they allow you to construct more impressive creations. With thatch, timber, mud blocks, vertical planks and different types of slate, there's many low-cost early game solutions for building now that lets you improve as you go, almost letting you advance in the ages like mankind once did. Mine and Blade Battlegear 2. A recreation of a popular combat mod of the same name, likely taking inspiration from the Mount and Blade games. This mod focuses on providing both a balanced and interesting combat system with new features like weapons, the dual wielding of weapons in the mod, and all new shielding mechanics. This mod has a new battle mode system, new shields that block incoming damage from the frontal 120 degrees arc when used, new war axes, maces, daggers and spears and more. The dual wield system lets you have up to 3 different weapons available, which can be switched with the R key in game, letting you select both a main hand and an offhand, and the option to also dual wield. There's many new shields which are based on the available ores in vanilla, with arrows appearing in the shield when fired at you, letting you also retrieve them in the crafting matrix, adding them to your inventory, and a great new way of storing and collecting arrows. You can also use the Z key to perform a shield bash attack. Shields can be dyed just like leather armor can to recolor them, and this dye is removed by using a water bucket with a shield in the crafting interface. AgeCraft. This mod adds ages of time to Minecraft through the idea of evolution in history, letting you advance and reach new ages and explore their features. It's a combination of many types of mods, starting you out in prehistory where there's dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures, letting you craft better and better things as time advances and you go to another age. This is prompted through messages in game telling you to craft the next best thing and advance to the next level. With different ages, each with their own specialities, items, blocks, mobs and terrain sets, this mod is pretty vast. We're mainly focusing on the Middle Ages here, but expect to see ancient Egypt, China, Roman and Greek imperial phases, and the Industrial Age for an example. With new ages, many new biomes, ores and general blocks, new structures, namely villages, towns, cities, kingdoms and empires, magical features, more health points expanding up to 100, mana used for the magic and special system, all new quests, additional furniture and decoration options and advanced trading features. This mod is simply just feature abundant. Age of Weapons. Age of Weapons is a huge compendium of over 299 new items, blocks, tools and weapons that are based on different ages in time, a pattern which we're seeing in this list, all the way from the Stone Age to the medieval times of the Middle Ages and to the future. Many of these items have very cool effects and features, with many custom modeled blocks, a new workbench type, support for just enough items and chisel mods, and multi-language support for English, German and Chinese players. In the config you can also activate the hardcore mode as well as be able to use a weapon box for lucky block battles using weapons from the mod, or take a chance in the team-based battle mode Nexus. From scythes, axes, claymore swords, katanas and cutlasses to bows, halberds and spears, this mod has many types of weapons to satisfy your craving for in-game battle. Gothic Mod. Based on the popular RPG franchise of games called Gothic, this mod introduces many new items and armors from the games into 1.12.2. These armors and items have extremely high levels of detail in their pixel art, not really tending to match the Minecraft vanilla style, but taking things a step above in terms of the quality and visuals. There's an extreme collection of different body armor types to collect and wear in the mod, with some sets coming with helmets and some without. There's also magic robes for the magic wielders and many awesome new items to discover. I'm not 100% knowledgeable in the Gothic series, although I do own them. I haven't yet played the game, games, so I can't really say much as to the gameplay and how accurate this mod is, but all I know is it's a really cool RPG mod that's worth trying out. MedievalCraft. Boasting 48 brand new weapons and sets of armor, MedievalCraft is a breathtaking Middle Ages themed mod that introduces some beautiful sets of swords, axes, ranged rifles, maces, hatchets, clubs, cutlasses, and so many more types of items to utilize in the game, along with some shiny new armor sets in the style of medieval knights, crusaders, Roman centurions, Corinthians, and more. Find the most powerful sword, Excalibur, embedded in the rock, and claim it as your own to wield this legendary 30 damage weapon, which is equipped with fire resistance, resistance 3, speed 2 and strength 2, and even regeneration 2. A mighty worthy weapon for any hero. Right click the stone, strike the lightning on the rock, and claim your weapon. Explore over 7 new structures ranging from mighty fortresses, medieval villages and settlements, castles and towers. Battle over 9 new mob types like crusaders, medieval and Nordic looking knights, and many more new types of NPCs. This is the ultimate medieval themed mod, hence its name, and it's a pretty cool one that you should definitely check out. This medieval themed mod adds a large array of medieval old-fashioned style content into the game. Excalibur, the most powerful sword within it, does 30 damage and offers fire resistance, resistance 3, speed 2, strength 2 and regen 2, and it can be found within an extremely rare stone that has the chance to spawn. You can try right clicking it to see if you're worthy enough. There's 7 brand new structures in this mod, many of them being brand new unique types of castles and fortresses that have battlements, portcullises and gates or buildings within their walls, or medieval style housing complexes. There's also different mobs, some that appear as Nordic Skyrim style Vikings and others as Crusaders and various knight units. Number 6, Feudal Weaponry. With this mod, you can utilize a range of weapons that fit into vanilla that should feel like a natural extension to the vanilla combat system and offer some different options for your playstyle through more variety in terms of combat styles, like new two-hander weapons and weapons that are different and unique or helpful for varying purposes and situations, making no sole weapon the best in every scenario. Many weapons first need a handle to be crafted to make them, then you can use many weapons ranging from two-handed longswords, big axes, katana swords, lances, maces, polehammers, and many more that can be upgraded in an upgrade station with netherite bars in order to reach the netherite tier gear. Spartan Weaponry. Spartan Weaponry has grown to be one of the most popular weapon mods as of recent, a weapons galore mod which brings a whole new arsenal with inspiration from Balkan's weapons mod, with many weapons from that mod being added along with some original ones, like a variety of different swords, polearms, blunt weapons and also ranged ones. Most of these weapons use 5 vanilla tool materials, and each type has different properties to make them useful for certain situations and engagements, meaning ones with extra range or damage bonuses can be uniquely helpful. There's daggers, great swords, sabers, quarterstaffs, clubs, battle hammers, halberds, pikes, throwing knives, tomahawks, javelins, boomerangs, glaives, and so many more types. Epic knights, shields, armor and weapons. For those wanting to roleplay as a medieval knight, look to this mod for many new banner patterns, a series of 14 sets of armor, 8 new shield types, 24 weapon types, and more that are constructed from 11 materials, being wood, stone, iron, gold, diamond, netherite, steel, copper, silver, tin, and bronze. Many of these weapons use special features such as armor piercing or additional extra range. This mod adds steel as a custom craft, which is made using iron ingots within a blast furnace. You can apply a banner on armors or horse armor in the later updates, just like you can with shields, as well as the dyeing of certain types of armor. I'd recommend pairing this particular mod with the Epic Fight mod if you want some seriously great medieval combat mechanics to complement it. Crusade. For a medieval mod that has medieval themed weaponry and gear, check this one out. In fact, forget that and focus on the fully functioning Trebuchet that can throw any Minecraft block or modded block, which is super awesome. This type of catapult uses a very long arm to throw projectiles at range, based on the powerful common siege engine in history before gunpowder became a thing. This structure will fling blocks or players over 100 blocks away, and the lance weapons you can use whilst on all rideable entities in game like horses and more will allow you to attack while moving. The Great Helm, aka the Horn or Pot Helm, Bucket Helm and Barrel Helm, is the helmet of the High Middle Ages which rose to popularity in the late 12th century. Medieval weapons. This mod introduces some medieval weapons, including long two-handed axes, large battle axes, diamond swords and throwables. The double-handed axe does basic sweeping damage and blocking. The long sword can also strike and block too. The dagger does extra damage while sneaking or when you're invisible. The healing staff creates a supporting aura and can also heal the player when within this. The lance will also strike additional extra damage when you use it upon a mount, and there's also the mace, which when striking with it has a chance of applying some kind of weakness effect upon your targets. Neff's medieval decoration. This mod is all about adding ornamental and structural items and block pieces that can be used for exterior and interior design, and for general building and decorating for any medieval setting. Many of these blocks are craftable and can be accessed with a craft guide or not enough items. There's everything from wooden barrels that hold water, wooden boxes and world maps, many blocks, new biomes and structures, cages, lattices, fruit crates and market stalls, and over 746 different blocks and decorative pieces. Let me know below which of these mods is your favourite and why. YouTube says 97% of you are not subscribed, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications and slap the like button for more Minecraft mod videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.